Well, here's one of the storytelling videos that I'm going to add to my storytelling playlist if you'd like to check it out. Been a while since I've done one of these, and I call them storytelling, but they're really truthful events that took place. This is one from several years ago. I don't guess I'll ever forget. My oldest brother and his wife family lived on the other side of us, and then on one side of us, and then on the other side of us, a young couple lived, I guess as long about in their 30s or so, and they had two young boys named Stacy and Rodney. And I was young myself. I'd play with them some. And one day we were down at my brother's house, sitting out in the yard the way you do down south, and summertime, and sitting around talking out up under a shade tree. And the father-in-law of the man that lived over there, Jimmy Watson, and his son, about along Jimmy's age, pulled up in the front yard. And we could see what was going on. And the father-in-law called for Jimmy to come out of the house. And Jimmy come out of the house and stood there on the porch and looked down at him. And the father-in-law had a pistol. And the son of the father-in-law, the brother-in-law of Jimmy, had a bat. And they were talking real rough to him and told him to come down there. While the father-in-law held a pistol on Jimmy, the son went to working on him with that bat. And Lord have mercy, we didn't know what to do. He was hollering and getting hit pretty good and beat up. Mama asked my older brother, said, "Larry, I reckon you ought to do something." And he said, "I'm not getting involved in that." And somebody holding the guns on somebody while the other person beat them with a bat, it was domestic related. I think his wife, Dottie, come out there, whose daddy and brother was out there doing that to her husband. They told her to get back in the house. Jimmy was known to drink, and he'd drink on the weekends, drink his beer, and get a little rowdy every once in a while. So, but I think he was sober that day, but he got beat up pretty good. We heard them tell him, said, "Don't you ever do it again." And they got back in the car and left, and she had to help him back in the house, and he laid up on the sofa I don't know how many days. Like I said, he was busted up pretty good. Wonder if they didn't kill him. But come to find out, when he was drinking, he hit her. And I guess they gave him a message that better not ever happen again. And I don't know that it did. I think Jimmy must have took it to heart. But them two little old boys, I don't remember them being at home that day. They must have been off somewhere, which I'm sure that with the father-in-law and brother of Jimmy, father-in-law and brother-in-law of Jimmy coming over to do that, they kind of made sure the boys wasn't around. But they took care of business that day and gave him a little dose of you better not ever lay a hand on our daughter and our sister again. What made me think of it and remember about it, I was looking at the obituaries the other day, and I saw where Dottie's brother had died, and I saw who was remaining of the family and who wouldn't. And the brother that came over there and did it, I saw he had already passed away, and of course the father had already passed away, and I saw Dottie had already passed away as well. I think Jimmy had too. They've all since passed on. Like I said, that happened several years ago. I was a little old kid myself. But it was something that left an indelible mark in my memory and mine about what took place that day. It's a hard thing to have to see and watch and what took place, but you could tell they were really upset, and they didn't care who knew about it. I don't know if anybody ever reported it or anybody ever got involved with the law or anything. It's just the way they took care of things, and didn't nobody want to get involved. Something like that taking place, they wanted to stay out of it and mind their own business. At least they didn't kill him, but his mama sure was a good woman. Miss Cutter and I used to go to church with his mama. She was a good woman, like I said. He had a little old brother that I already have done a storytelling on, Donnie. This is probably in my storytelling playlist, I'm sure it is. I talked about him before. But just remembered that, wanted to share it with you guys and about the family. And her having all the windows open in the summertime, playing When a Man Loves a Woman by Percy Sledge all day long. He must have had that on replay all day long. We'd be out there in the yard playing. She had that song wide open, the whole neighborhood could hear it. But I guess she wanted her man to love her like he had singing in that song and not do what Jimmy did to her. But it's a bad situation. Anyway, I guess I've tarried long enough on the story. But appreciate you guys listening. Y'all stay safe out there.